Welcome to the Autauga Football Review with Coach Bobby Carr. Coach, we played Glenwood this past week. Finally, with some football weather, cold weather. Field condition was a little bit on the iffy side. They had a lot of rain. First shutout for the defense, and we'll get to that in a second. But just talk about the game as a whole.
Yeah, I thought, like I said, defense, thought Coach Story did a good job, had a good game plan. First shutout of the year, and you can tell the last few weeks our defense is playing really good. You know, offensively, it looks like we had a really good game offense. We scored 43 points. But, we had 4 turnovers, so we've got to really work on that and make sure we do a better job taking care of the football. But at the end of the day, really proud of our defense. Thought they did a great job, and it's always good to get a shutout, especially on the road.
Awesome. Going to the offense, Coach, I know you said we scored 43 points, but it seems like we're struggling just a little bit, maybe just clicking, and maybe that's a good thing, knowing we haven't kind of hit our peak yet going into the playoffs, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But, I know Tate Palmer's got some nagging injuries, and we've got Ty Freeman kind of stepping in. He's doing a great job, but it just seems like we're not clicking just all on the same page. What do we have to do to get that way?
Well, it starts up front with O-line. We got to be a little more consistent there, and obviously consistent with our quarterback play. But the issues that we're dealing with, we can definitely fix, and I'm quite confident. I've already seen a difference this week in practice, so I'm sure we'll have that fixed going into the playoffs.
Good deal. Going to the defense, Coach, like you said, first shutout of the year. Defense has been coming on really, really strong. We made a couple changes. It's the personnel and where they play and everything. But knowing Glenwood love to run the football, big back, big quarterback. Just how you think we just stepped up knowing that we had to stop the run, and we actually did that with a shutout, and they got kind of close going down toward the goal line. We had a goal line stand. Just talk about our run defense just a little bit.
Yeah, everybody always talks about our offense and how we run the up tempo and we get it down the field and all that stuff. But our defense don't get the credit they deserve. Coach Story always has a great plan, and those guys work extremely hard, just as hard or harder than the offense does. So I was really pleased with that. Stopping the run was key, and of course, Austin Robbins did a great job on the D-line, anchor in the middle there, and of course Willie and Dominique on the edge. It puts a lot of pressure on the opposing team. So really proud of them and expecting the greater things in the next few weeks.
Coach, you mentioned Austin Robbins. He got our Player of the Week this week. Was on a few tackles, had a sack, the only sack of the game I think for him, but it ended up being a safety, a big play. Just talk about Austin and just kind of what he does anchoring that middle for us.
Yeah, Austin's a guy that we could put anywhere, and we've used him in a lot of places, even on the O-line at times. But he's a great player, always does the right things for us, and really proud of him. I even had some opposing teams, opposing coaches ask who 77 was. When people start asking who you are, that tells you you're starting to produce on the field and make a name for yourself. So really glad that he's picked his game up the way he has last few weeks, and we're going to expect him to continue that.
Awesome. When we come back, we'll talk to Austin Robbins, Player of the Week. Welcome to the Autauga Football Review, Player of the Week. This is Austin Robbins. How you doing, Austin?
I'm good, Coach.
Austin, you got Player of the Week this week against Glenwood. Had a safety, had a sack, was on a couple other tackles. Just talk about how the defensive play played in your eyes.
I think we all had a part in that play. It wasn't just me. If they hadn't done their job, I couldn't have done my job. We all came together and made that play happen.
Awesome. Talk about just the atmosphere. Finally got some cold weather. The field was not really in great shape. It was wet because we had a lot of rain. Do you think that was a factor in how we played, or do you think that it's just the weather and we can play in any type of weather?
Myself, I didn't feel any difference. The field felt fine to me, and I like the cold weather. I do better in the cold weather than I would do in the hot.
We got playoffs coming up this week. Got Clarke Prep coming in first round. Everybody 0-0 is their record. What do you think about them, and kind of what have you seen on film with them so far?
I think they'll be a good team to play for the first round playoffs, and I plan to win this game on the front.
Awesome. They throw the ball a lot. So obviously our defensive line with you is going to have to step up and make some plays on the quarterback because they do like to throw the ball a lot. What do you think is your biggest strength? Either stopping the run or going against the pass.
I think we do better against runs because we like to sit there instead of just chasing the quarterback.
Awesome.
I'm not a fast guy.
Got that. Last thing, I'm going to let you go. Give me your best impression of your D-line coach, Coach Drex.
Coach Drex. All right, let's go in. Feet. You got to get your feet. Your feet are dead, son. You know what happens when you get your feet dead? You get blown up the ball. Right?
This is Austin Robbins, Player of the Week. Welcome back. Coach, we got Clarke Prep coming up this week for playoffs. Everybody's 0-0. Then they got a new coach, I believe. Just talk about Clarke Prep and just kind of what challenge they kind of present for us in the first round of playoffs.
Well, we'll have to definitely put some pressure on the quarterback. They like to throw it, probably throw a little more than we do. Coach Danny Powell's been a long-time public school coach with a lot of success as the first year there at Clarke Prep, and he's got those guys believing in, again, playoffs, everybody's 0-0. I can remember years ago playing a team with a 4-6 record, and we had to come from behind in the second half to win. So we'll definitely, it doesn't matter what your record is in the regular season, and at the end of the day, you got to be ready to play those guys come Friday. But I think we've got enough senior leadership that those guys will respond and make sure that doesn't happen. We don't want to overlook anybody in the playoffs.
What type of advantage is it to play a home game, to host a first round playoff game? Just going on the road. Normally been on the road, and we ain't really played a lot at home this year, only one time, and now we finally get to come back home, play against our in front of our fans. But what advantage is that just to be at home?
Yeah, that's a big advantage. Some of our folks have forgotten about that, and maybe a lot of teams around here in the area have forgotten about us because we've been on the road so much this week. Adversity causes some men to break, others to break records, and you can't be a great champion without having overcome some type of adversity. Being on the road all this year, and our guys still found a way to have a great regular season, win the region. So it's always good to host the playoff games. And like I said, we only had one home game. That was homecoming. So our senior night, and our seniors will be honored this Friday night. And we got a great group of guys, and we're going to really miss these guys after this year.
And you brought it up, Coach. That's my next thing. Last thing was senior night. We tried the last couple shows we had. We talked about senior night. We ended up not having it. Now we've got to have it this first round. Just talk about the seniors and just kind of what they've done so far, just with this program this year. I know we've had some adversity, and we've had 2 losses down in Florida and everything, but just what they've done since those 2 losses, and just helped us keep going and get us in this playoffs and where they're going to take us, hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've said that going to the 2 losses of the 2 schools in Florida. I said earlier this year that those games are going to help us down the road, and they have. I think we've beaten our AISA opponents by 40 or more points in every game. So again, those ball games, playing competition like we played, I knew would help us there. But our seniors, can't say enough about them. I've always said year in and year out, it's not the coach's team, it's the seniors team. And folks are going to always remember that senior class and what do they do. And so the challenge and the question I always ask our guys is, what's going to be your legacy? And hopefully we'll be the last one standing at the end.
Awesome. Just a couple of notes. Our gun raffle's still going on. So please, if you'd like to get a ticket, please do that. That gun raffle will be hopefully the next week of the playoffs. So we get this victory this week. Tickets are $20. We're raffling off 4 guns, 1 each quarter. Please see a cheerleader, a football player, or a coach if you'd like to do that. Coach, let's go get that playoff win.
Sounds good.
Go Generals.